The Knicks postgame show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. Julius Randle scored only 3 points, and then with about 2 minutes left in the first half, a left ankle injury went off and did not return. Knicks were able to win anyway. Quentin Grimes, fourth straight solid game, went for 23. R.J. Barrett, a big three down the stretch, finished with 12. And the Knicks beat Miami 101-92. Great to have you with us from our Delta MSG studios. Bill Pete along with Wally Zerbiak. So here's what we have with 5 games left. The Nets won tonight. Knicks lead the Nets by 2.5 games. Knicks are in 5th. Nets are in 6th. And the Knicks now lead 7th place Miami by 4 games with the 5 games left. So what this means is the Knicks are a virtual lock for at least a top 6 finish and looking very good, Wally, for a 5th place finish.
That's why this was a massive win. And this Miami Heat team knew how important this game was. They hung in there in the first half. They had a little bit of a lead. But I was in the building in the first half. You could feel that energy. And that energy in the second half was absolutely blew through the roof at MSG. The fans were outstanding. And the Knicks broke the spirit of the Miami Heat. You don't hear that too often. The Heat needed this game. They knew they needed this game. The defense, the youth, the athleticism, the spirit, and the speed up and down the floor led by Quickley and Grimes was absolutely outstanding in that second half. And to do it without their all-star, their first team, their second team All-NBA, third team All-NBA guy in Julius Randle, that shows a lot at where this franchise is and where the future of this franchise is going to be.
All right, so Randle scores 3 points. Jalen Brunson back, but scored only 12 and didn't play down the stretch. R.J. Barrett only 12, and yet the Knicks won the fourth quarter, Wally, to win the game 25-16, and Immanuel Quickley was absolutely fantastic, again, running the show with the game on the line and scoring 24 points.
Hey, he had 40 on Monday night. And Tom Thibodeau continued to trust him with the ball in his hands in that fourth quarter because he's playing exactly how Coach Thibodeau wants him to play. He's pushing the ball up the floor, reading the defense, making great passes, looking for his shot, always attacking, always keeping that defense on their heels. He's showing that he can play the point guard position. He's showing he can play on the floor with Brunson, and you can have 2 point guards on the floor. Just an outstanding effort by Immanuel Quickley in a game that the Knicks absolutely needed to have. I said on Monday, this was the biggest game of the year. You can put the Heat pretty much out of play for contingency to try to catch you in the playoff race. And the way the youth of this team showed, it is so exciting for these Knicks fans moving forward. This is a young roster. This is a young core. This team has a very bright future, and Immanuel Quickley is a big part of it.
So Quickley scores a 40 against Houston the other night, 24 tonight. He is now 22 for his last, 32 from the floor, and of significance, only 1 turnover tonight in almost 32 minutes of playing time. We're now joined by Immanuel Quickley. Quick, congratulations on a great win. So you guys are able to win the fourth quarter. Of course, Julius Randle hurts his ankle in the late stage of the first half, doesn't return, and you're playing the crunch minutes of point guard down the stretch. How'd you guys win the fourth quarter?
Total team effort, to be honest with you. Whenever somebody's went down this year, JB, Julius, you know, that's what a team is for. You know, you got guys that can step up. Jalen and Julius have been all-star caliber players all season long, so it took a team effort for sure. Just really proud of the way these guys fought. You know, we was down early and fought back, so, you know, proud of the resilience of this team.
Emmanuel, you and Jalen Brunson on the floor at the same time was very effective tonight. What do you think makes you two so effective on the floor together?
I think really just being versatile. We're both guards that can pass, dribble, shoot. We both can play the point guard, both can play off the ball. And just really unselfish players, I think, that can make their teammates better when on the floor with each other. So it's great to play with him. He's even a better person, so it's a joy to play with Jalen.
Now, I was in the arena for the first half, had to come over across the street at halftime. What was it like in that building? What was the vibe down the stretch of that game after that monster win?
It felt like a playoff game, honestly. And we knew that coming in. Miami, you know, was right behind us in the standings. So we knew it was going to be a tough game. They gave us a great game. Credit to them. Credit to Eric Spoelstra, well coached. So it's always great to play them. But, you know, like I said, really proud of how we fought today. You know, it was a great game. So.
Hey, Quick, thank you so much. Congrats on your great play. Congrats on the win. We'll see you Friday night when you guys are at Cleveland.
Appreciate y'all.
Alan Hahn now here, help call the game on the MSG Radio Network. And as you sit down, you say, boy, the bench was fantastic, and it had to be.
Yeah, almost half the points came from the bench. I mean, 49 points off your bench in a game like this where, again, Jalen Brunson coming back from injury. Well, R.J. Barrett, for the most of this game, couldn't make a shot. He really struggled. And then, of course, you lose Julius Randle at the half. So you needed that inspiring effort, and you got it from Immanuel Quickley in back-to-back nights now in consecutive games, which you love to see as he moves to the bench. Josh Hart and his extra effort, and Isaiah Hartenstein. Like, that's what you love about this team. I heard you guys talking about it, is that all around the effort that you're getting and the complete game that you got out of this bench. You know, you need games sometimes in a season where the bench wins it for you. This was a game where the bench won it for them. And we're now on the doorstep of a playoff berth, the second one in 3 seasons.
It's exciting, isn't it? You know, to take down your arch rivals in the Miami Heat in a game like this with that type of energy. You know, you saw it in the building. There was a little bit of extra buzz. You could tell at the opening tip, and that's what it's all about. I mean, this is playoff vibes that we have been longing to see in world's most famous arena, and the fans just stepping up to the next level.
Now, guys, what happens in the days to come may very well be determined by the diagnosis of the injury suffered by Julius Randle. Alan, you were in the arena. It was late in the first half. He clearly rolled that left ankle, limped off, and did not return.
He was in a lot of pain, clearly, when he went down, and it's just one of those freak things that can happen in a basketball game. Go up for a rebound and step back, not expecting Bam Adebayo's left foot to be there, and it rolled pretty hard, and you see it right there how much pain he was in. And you know, there was a hush over the crowd. They know how important he is. This was important. He stays in the game to knock down the free throw just so in case, you know, something happened at halftime, he could come back in the game. But he walked out at that point. He got the ovation from the crowd. You had to love that Randle felt the love in that moment because, again, the Garden fans, the Knicks fans, they know how important he is to this team. And as he was walking around, just trying to walk it off as best he could, MVP chants, and they were cheering for him, and then as he left the game, got the ovation. Now, obviously, you know, we'll see in the coming days the severity of this injury, but here's a guy who's been a warrior and an Iron Man for this team, playing as many minutes as he has and playing every game so far this season. They need him.
I don't recall him leaving a game because of any reason at all this year.
Right. No. And
physically.
He's been ultra durable. And another reason why this game was so important, to win.
Yes.
Because if you don't win this game and you don't know how Julius Randle's going to be the next week, 2 weeks, whatever, you know, then it starts getting tight in the standings without your all-star and your all-NBA player. You know, then it really starts to get a little scary. With this win, you get a little bit of breathing room. You put the Heat back in your rearview mirror. You got the, obviously, Brooklyn Nets right there, 2.5 games back. But still, the Knicks have shown that they can, play without Julius Randle the way they played in that second half. So hopefully if he misses time, we don't know how he's going to be. Hopefully he's okay. Maybe the Knicks can hang in there.
Game was knotted at 76 after 3. Knicks, Allen, as we mentioned before you came on, won the fourth quarter 25-16. And in that fourth quarter, Josh Hart, boy, he is great when these games are on the line. He had 8 fourth quarter points tonight. Yeah, just
turning on the pressure. You wanted to see how the Heat would respond in the second game of a back-to-back, putting some pressure on him. And his energy, we've seen it from the first game that he's played since the trade, what he brings. And by the way, and we talked about in the pregame, Wally, how about Isaiah Hartenstein's passing ability at the top? Yep. They're getting more and more out of that. And then there's this. You get that defensive rebound, and then you just get out down the floor, and all right, Jimmy Butler. Awesome. You don't want to stop me. You want to let me keep going. I'm going right to the rack and getting the big finish. And then here, how about the offensive rebound and the putback? So many critical plays that he has made for this team since the trade, and he made some big ones in the fourth quarter tonight.
I'll tell you, that second unit, the chemistry they have, the basketball IQ with Hartenstein, with Josh Hart, with Immanuel Quickley, I mean, just absolutely outstanding. How about the defensive job, too, he did on Jimmy Butler in that fourth quarter?
Butler only 12 points tonight.
Yeah, and he wanted no part of Josh Hart in that fourth quarter. Josh Hart does no fear, doesn't care who he's guarding. He goes at the point of attack, tremendous competitive defensive instincts, and he completely shut down just a superstar in the league. Outstanding job by Josh Hart again.
And let's mention again Quentin Grimes, another great game. His last 4, 22 points, 25 points, 14 points, and tonight a huge night given all that's going on with the lineup. He had 23 big points, and of course he's in the starting 5. You put that together with what happened off the bench, and you get the Knicks getting to 101 points as they win at 101-92.